Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What a bumper year you have had. Westworld, Creed 2, New Men in Black, Annihilation, Sorry to Bother You. You're one of the few people who can binge watch themselves.
No.
Do you ever stop and take stock and just go like, you are having an amazing time right now. Congratulations.
Thanks so much. Yeah, all the time. All the time. I feel incredibly lucky. And
Right.
just hearing you list the things, I'm so excited in a time. I mean, I'm so bored of the word diversity. To me, what's exciting is to have diverse ideas.
Right.
And I feel so lucky that I get to make work that's so different and feel like I'm not being boxed into a space, because I don't think that's been the case for so long for someone that looks like me. So I'm so grateful.
I think that's something... I think that's something that's been really apparent with a lot of your characters. I find that your characters are never one-dimensional. You are playing people who are complex in spaces that you wouldn't normally see them. I mean, for instance, in Thor Ragnarok, you were playing what many people would have considered was supposed to be a blonde, blue-eyed, you know, Asgardian. And here you are kicking ass, playing a character who is bisexual and she's biracial in a world that you wouldn't expect it. When you're choosing the roles, do you bring that with you, or is it something that you look for when you're deciding on who you want to play?
Yeah, I think selfishly I'm looking for it because I want to do things that interest me, that scare me, because that's exciting. Sort of in a macro way, I want to see women, particularly a black woman, women of color, in those spaces. So selfishly, I'm also just like, where don't we exist?
Right.
Let's get us there. Like, I remember having conversations with Justin Simien, who I made a film called Dear White People with, and he's like, there's just not enough black people in the future. I'm like, yeah, let's get in the future, you know? And making a film like Dear White People was there's not enough black people that get to talk about race, but with satire.
Right.
You know, we get to talk about it in a space with a lot of misery and pain, which is real, but can we also talk about it in a different way? Or getting to do Sorry to Bother You, I'm just like, I love films that hang out in a space of magical realism. Like, I remember seeing films like A Tonal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and being like, goodness, but there are just never black and brown people in those spaces. So I'm just always like, you know, where can we be that we haven't been?
You've taken it to another level, and you are in some amazing blockbusters. I know Men in Black is coming out, but Creed 2 is out right now. And I mean, when Creed came out, it was a film that, excuse the pun, knocked everybody out because it came out of nowhere.
That
it
pun
genuinely,
inexcusable.
It's you have to excuse it because but it did. It came out of nowhere. You know, Michael B. Jordan yourself. It was a love story on screen. You play a really interesting character. She's a singer who has hearing impediments, but she uses it's like part of who she is as a person. And in this film, I don't want to give too much away, but it really feels like she is now the hero to Michael Jordan's story, where Michael B. Jordan's struggling as a character, and she has to be that rock. Did you find that change when you were playing her?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, we wanted to create a character, Ryan Coogler and I, the first time around, that sort of bucked convention. And I think so often you see in these sports movies that the wife or the girlfriend is sort of this dutiful, just like stand by her man. She's either fretting over him or scolding him for his trespasses. And I do a fair amount of that in these movies too, just because you have to, it's sort of requisite. But we also wanted her to just have her own agency and have something that she was after. So she's a singer, she's self-produced, she does have progressive hearing loss, but it's something that she doesn't feel, you know, it's not something that she's gonna hang her hat on or something that she's gonna let keep her from pursuing her dreams with vigor. And I think that's the case for so many people that are disabled or with disabilities, they live really full, fantastic lives.
Right.
And so I think that that's something that's, you know, really nuanced about her and unlike a lot of female characters in those spaces that I've seen.
Yeah, what I found amazing in the story was it felt like your character was helping Michael with something that he was struggling with as opposed to the other way around. You would think on paper he would be helping her, but it felt like she was the crutch. When you look at having that agency in real life, Tessa Thompson is not just somebody who's in front of the camera. You're now producing your own content. You're now looking at creating your own stories. You have a project that you're really excited about. What is that going to be?
It's a project that I'm producing about this woman named Doris Payne, who is an 86-year-old diamond thief, and she's done it for decades. I first,
Currently a diamond thief?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, in court, she listed as her occupation, diamond thief. Because she's a baller. Yeah, she's just this incredible woman that I heard about. There's a documentary about her that I watched that is fantastic. Have you seen it? Yes, you better see that doc. And she's just so riveting, just as a character. And so I chased her down for 2 years. I sent her letters. I could never get to her, and then she got arrested.
She's a diamond thief.
Yeah.
Well, how are you trying to catch a diamond thief? I don't understand this.
Listen, ambition. So I was trying to find her, and I couldn't get to her. She had also promised her rights, of course, because she's a con woman, to multiple people. So there was like a period where we couldn't mess with it, otherwise it could have gotten litigious. So I was like, okay, let me back off for a second. But then she got arrested for stealing something from Macy's or something. So I knew where she was. So I knew where she was. I wrote her, still didn't get through, right? And then she got arrested about a year ago again for stealing, after she had turned 86, $86 worth of merchandise from a Walmart. Not by surprise, because in this internet space, now every time she gets arrested, she trends for a minute. So I'm convinced that she did it on purpose so that she could get a really good deal to option her life story, which she got in the form of me. We finally found her. We found her. We sent a lawyer to Atlanta, Georgia, to bail her out, no strings attached, get her settled in, and then start having conversations. And now, we've been hanging out and working on the story, and I think it's a fascinating story about race. I think she started this just, not just to make money, but I think also because she said if she could walk in with the right bag and the right shoes, people would treat her differently. She said she never thought that she was stealing anything because she only kept what they let her keep. And they would let her hang out with these diamonds and rubies and things because she looks so sharp. And I think there is something about that as people, hopefully when we get to a space where we're judged by our merit and not by what we look like. But I love her so.
That's exciting.
I could talk forever, sorry.
I want to see that movie now, so we're going to add that to the list. Creed 2, Men in Black. Tessa Thompson, everybody.
Thank you.
Creed 2 will be in theaters November 21st. Make sure you catch it. Tessa Thompson.